Leone Mining Week 2025 and the 10th ADPA meeting, that's the meeting of the African Diamond Producers Association, here at Bintamani Conference Center in Freetown, Sierra Leone, which started from 8th of April on to the 12th of April. Here is the Minister's take on global investment.
We're also looking to drive wealth creation, job creation, serve the public, so we start to see more jobs coming online, more Sierra Leone content coming into projects. So I think what would be really interesting to understand is if we segment those slightly. Let's first understand, as the minister in your position, what you want to tell the international community, how you've moved through, well, you're into the second term as a party now, how you've moved and shifted policy to create a risk-adjusted environment for investors to contemplate Sierra Leone, and you're competing, and we're competing with 53 countries across the continent, but we're also competing internationally, right?
Yeah.
Investors want a risk-adjusted opportunity with predictability, good terms, where they can make their money. So let's isolate that, and then let's break down. And I think this someone who votes for, when election comes around in my country, is to get a really clear understanding of how that then serves the people, how you're really driving the interests of Sierra Leoneans via your vision and policy to attract investment, and where that then comes from inward investment into beneficiation for the people. And just to understand those two variables of how this particular platform has served that.
I've always said mining is an activity that is risky, it's capital intensive, energy intensive, but also have good rewards. We've been blessed as a country with all this vast array of mineral resources. They are underneath our feet. I mean, these minerals on their own mean nothing if you cannot extract them. Yeah? And use those mineral resources from being just a mineral capital to a social capital that will actually make meaningful impact in the lives of the people. Yes, there are bigger goals in terms of revenue generation, in terms of job creation, in terms of attracting foreign direct investments. But these things will not just happen by magic. It means there has to be some form of investment. And it means they also have to sink in with the broader picture in terms of the vision the president has for the country. I mean, when the president came into power in 2018, we had the National Medium-Term National Development Plan that set out clearly its vision, which was, again, making sure building the capacity of the people by free quality education and ensuring that we build the capacity of the people. In his second term, after updating all the Mines and Minerals Act and all of this, he has his 5 big agenda, which is Feed Sierra Leone, human capacity development, youth empowerment, also technology infrastructure, and making sure there's a review of the civil service. All these 5 things we have to make sure, whilst we are developing the mining sector, we bring this all on board. And the mining sector, we have to think of it across the entire value chain, from exploration to mine development, production, mine closure, and actually along that line as well, you have to be thinking about how you beneficiate, how you process in terms of value addition, and how you market. That will only happen if you bring your young men and young women in your population on board, build their capacity and capabilities to play a meaningful role.
Mr. Minister, then it brings me to the question as we talk about competitiveness. I mean, it's clear that our mineral resources are in abundance, but however, there are a lot of competitive markets out there that are also bidding for the same investment value or money from other countries. This brings me to the question of you now being the chair of ADPA and the global situation of diamond and the number one challenge of lab manufactured diamond. Sierra Leone, as a diamond-rich country, still often referred to as blood diamonds, but in recent years we've transformed to peace diamond. What does your office or tenure as chair of ADPA mean for Sierra Leone? And more importantly, at this critical time where in terms of the price for a natural diamond is going down, What does this mean for Sierra Leone? And as an African, as continent of Africa, what does this mean as well with you as the chair?
You know, the relationship between Sierra Leone and diamond, or I'll call it the history of diamond mining in Sierra Leone, goes back to the 1930s. And that history is intertwined with all sorts of nomenclature. Blood diamond, peace diamond, conflict diamond here and there. Diamonds have played a critical role in the history of this country. Now that I've taken the chairmanship, we have some common problems that does not really respect jurisdiction. And these are the threats of the lab-grown diamonds, wherein we know, we had this discussion, we saw it coming. As the science and technology has been improving, you know, the market was always a bit doubtful whether the market, the producers have always been doubtful whether there will be a market for lab-grown diamonds. I don't think they really counted on generation, how they call them, Z or X, that for them, it's not about the aesthetics of diamond or looking at the value chain, it's about the cost. So when the perfection of lab-grown diamonds was now on the rise, and what has happened over the years, the cost of production has gone down and there's a market. So this has actually created a problem in the rough diamond market.